Hi, my name is Jonathan Gort, a physics and astronomy double major in the class of 2020, and today I'll be presenting my work with Dr. Walter Pettis on interfacing and installing piezoelectric sensors to monitor the activity of the cryocoolers used in the Project 8 Neutrino Lab. First, I will explain what a neutrino is. This is a standard model of particle physics, which describes the fundamental building blocks of the universe. The electron is a fundamental particle. Neutrons and protons are not, being composed of 3 quarks each. The standard model also predicts the existence of tiny neutrally charged neutrinos, which are the second most abundant particle in the universe. Trillions of these pass through your body every couple of seconds, unable to interact with your atoms because of their size. Yet they are required for supernovas, the brightest objects visible in the night sky. Certain physicists describe working with them as like measuring the spirit world. This is an image of the Super Kamiokande Neutrino Observatory in Japan, built 1,000 meters beneath a mountain and with enough water to fill 20 Olympic swimming pools. It studies neutrinos produced by nuclear reactions in the heart of the sun. Historical observations of solar neutrinos in telescopes like this only detected a third of what stellar theory predicts, but the solar neutrino problem was finally resolved in 2002 upon observation that neutrinos oscillate between 3 different flavors, each with its own mass. Since the standard model predicts these flavors as massless and stationary, this discovery put our best description in particle physics under scrutiny. This leads into the Project 8 experiment, an attempt to measure the mass of a neutrino through the frequency of electron emitted in beta decay, a process by which a neutron decays into a proton by releasing an electron and the neutrino. Our experiment directs the electron to a tube with an extremely strong magnetic field that causes the electron to oscillate with a frequency that depends on its kinetic energy. On the left is the experimental apparatus, on top of the cryocoolers used to maintain the ultra-cold temperatures required to generate that magnetic field through superconductivity. On the right, you can see the radiative energy emitted by an electron as it oscillates within our apparatus. The distribution of energy during beta decay is random. Our experiment hopes to observe the 1 in trillion or quadrillion event in which the electron receives all of the kinetic energy in the reaction. By subtracting the electron energy from the total energy released in the reaction, we will be able to deduce the rest mass energy of the neutrino. This brings us to my project. Inspired by a 2017 paper of German scientists, my mentor and I have designed a system to monitor the condition of the laboratory cryocoolers using piezoelectric sensors. This is important because the cryocooler function is crucial to the success of the experiment. We suffered a month of downtime when one failed in 2018. On the left, you can see one such sensor. Piezoelectric sensors are solid-state devices that generate a voltage difference in response to mechanical pressure. We've used 2 such devices, one for each cryocooler in the lab. The signals are amplified and fed to the Arduino board shown on the right. I wrote the Arduino code in C, which packages and compresses over 57,000 piezo measurements into an array and sends it to a laboratory computer for storage and analysis. Here you can see 2 measurements represented as spectrograms. The first has a stronger and less noisy high-frequency component than the second. The brightest bands parallel to the x-axis correspond to the characteristic frequencies of the cryocooler system. By filtering the signal with those frequencies, we can generate envelopes representative of the cryocooler activity. Sample envelopes are shown here. On each image, a peak finding algorithm wrote in Python aligns 4 consecutive activity envelopes. On the lower left is the envelope corresponding to the first cryocooler. Because the piezo was mounted directly on top of the Coldhead pump, the envelopes line very cleanly. The second piezo was mounted in a less ideal location, and as a result, its envelope is much noisier. But there's something interesting going on with its evolution. As you can see, the last envelope in the upper right image does not match the others. It is actually misaligned. You can tell by the offset of the noise signal. But this misalignment occurs because the shape of the characters of the envelope changed after lab power is temporarily cut for maintenance. Below it is the envelope for the next 4 days, where the shape remains changed. The 2 peaks associated with the chunk noise of the pump moved a substantial distance apart and stayed there. So even with the data taken a month after implementation, we can already see the strengths of this new method. The experiment is now on a stronger footing because we have a means to listen to the heartbeat of the cryocoolers, although work remains to be done in automating the monitoring and understanding how the signals change over time. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching.